You never think it'll be you sitting alone at the table. Not really. You say your vows, till death do us part. You know it's in the deal, but in your heart you imagine you'll both somehow go together, holding hands quietly in your sleep, like in the movies. Or if not that, then maybe you go first so you don't have to face this silence. But life doesn't always work that way. My name is Thomas. I'm 83 years old, and 6 years ago, I lost the woman I spent 51 years with. Her name was Margaret. She was my wife, my best friend, my memory when mine failed me, and the only person who could finish my sentences and still laugh after all these years. When she passed, it felt like the whole world shifted a few inches off center. Things looked the same, but nothing felt right anymore. For a long time, I thought I wouldn't make it. I'd wake up forgetting she was gone. I'd reach out in the dark, and the emptiness would hit me like a cold wave all over again. Grief is strange. It doesn't follow a pattern. It shows up in unexpected places, like in the grocery store, when you see her favorite brand of tea, or when the morning light hits her side of the bed and it's perfectly undisturbed. People told me time would heal it, that I just needed to move on. But those people hadn't loved someone the way I had loved Margaret. You don't move on from a love like that. You move forward, if you're lucky. And over these past 6 years, I've learned some things. Hard things. Things I wish someone had told me earlier, on those first sleepless nights, when everything felt meaningless, when I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. That's why I'm sharing this with you today. Not as a therapist, not as a preacher, but as a man who's walked the long, winding road of grief and who's still walking it, one step at a time. If you've recently lost your spouse, or even if you haven't, but you worry about what life might look like if you ever do, I want you to tell you 5 things you should never do when your spouse passes first. Not because there's a manual for grief, but because these are the mistakes I made, and I don't want you to go through that kind of pain if it can be helped. Let's begin. First, don't isolate yourself. The day after Margaret's funeral, I sat in my recliner and turned the TV on. I couldn't even tell you what was playing. It just made noise. Any noise was better than the silence. The phone rang. I didn't answer. My daughter knocked on the door. I pretended I was asleep. People showed up with casseroles. I left them on the counter to spoil. I didn't want company. I didn't want small talk. I didn't want people telling me she was in a better place, because the only place I wanted her was right next to me. But here's the truth I didn't understand then. Isolation doesn't protect you from grief, it feeds it. I thought if I kept to myself, the pain would dull, but instead it grew sharper, more vivid, like a wound you never let air out. I didn't realize I had stopped living. I was simply existing, one long day blending into another. And one afternoon, my neighbor, Henry, he's a stubborn old goat, knocked and knocked until I opened the door. He didn't say much, just handed me a thermos of coffee and said, "Sit with me on the porch." So we did. We sat. We didn't say much, and for the first time in weeks, I didn't feel completely alone. That small moment reminded me, we're not built to grieve in silence. We heal best when we're seen, when someone knows we're hurting and stays anyway. So if you're going through it, please don't shut people out. Say yes to the coffee invitation. Answer the phone. Let your family in. Even if you cry the whole time, especially if you do. We weren't meant to carry grief alone. Second, don't make any big decisions too soon. When Margaret died, I wanted to erase the pain. I thought maybe if I sold the house, moved away, gave her clothes to charity, and got rid of her books, I'd feel less haunted. I almost did it. I had the boxes packed. I had a real estate agent ready. But my youngest daughter, Lily, came over one night and said, "Dad, you don't have to outrun your memories. You just have to learn how to sit with them." She was right. In grief, everything feels urgent. The pain is so loud you think changing your surroundings will quiet it down. But that's a dangerous place to make life-altering decisions from. So I stayed. I kept the house. I kept the books. Some days they made me cry, but slowly they became a comfort. Her handwriting in the margins, the smell of her old scarves, the coffee mug with the tiny chip she never replaced. These aren't just things. They're echoes of a life we built. So give yourself time before you make big moves. Don't rush to donate, to sell, to remarry, to relocate. Let the grief settle first. Time won't fix everything, but it will make the sharp edges duller. And then, when the fog clears, you'll be able to decide from a place of peace, not panic. Third, don't neglect your health. For weeks after Margaret passed, I didn't eat properly. I'd have half a banana for breakfast, maybe a piece of toast for dinner. I lost 15 pounds in a month. Not because I wanted to, but because food just didn't matter anymore. I skipped my heart medication a few times. I missed my blood pressure checkups. I figured, what's the point? But one morning, I collapsed in the kitchen. Lily rushed me to the hospital, and I'll never forget what the doctor told me. He said, "Thomas, your wife didn't pass so that you could follow her into the grave out of neglect. You still have living to do." It hit me like a bolt of lightning. I had been treating my health like a burden, but what I didn't realize was that caring for myself wasn't just for me, it was for the people who still loved me. Your spouse is gone, but you're still here. Your heart still beats, your lungs still breathe, and that's no small thing. So go to the doctor, take your pills, eat real meals, even when you don't feel like it. Walk, stretch, hydrate, sleep. Grief drains the body, but taking care of yourself is one small way to say, "I choose to keep living." And that matters. Fourth, don't pretend you're okay when you're not. I wore the mask of strong widower for too long. I smiled at neighbors. I said I'm fine to every question. I cracked jokes to avoid the ache in my throat. But inside, I was drowning. One day, my grandson saw me in the garden, kneeling by Margaret's rosebush. He came over, put his tiny hand on mine, and said, "You miss Grandma, huh?" I couldn't speak. I just nodded. And then I cried. Really cried. Ugly, shaking, heavy sobs I had been holding in for months. That moment changed something in me. You see, grief isn't weakness. Tears aren't failure. They're just proof that love left an imprint that doesn't disappear overnight. When we bottle everything up, we delay the healing. You're allowed to be broken. You're allowed to fall apart. You're allowed to say, "I'm not okay." Talk to someone, anyone, a friend, a pastor, a therapist, a stranger in a support group. Let the grief speak, because when we honor our pain, we begin to release it. Pretending is a heavy burden. Honesty is freedom. Fifth, don't forget that you are still here for a reason. This is the hardest one. After Margaret died, I felt like my purpose died with her. She was my reason to wake up, to plan our days, to laugh at the same silly stories we'd told for years. Without her, life felt empty. But slowly, I began to notice the small things again. My grandson's laugh, the smell of fresh coffee, the way the morning sun hit the kitchen tiles just right. And then something happened. I started volunteering at the local library, reading to children. I began fixing bikes for the neighborhood kids. I gave away her cookbooks to young couples just starting out. And in those moments, I felt her with me. Your spouse is gone, but you are still here. That means something. You still have wisdom to give, smiles to share, lessons to teach, hands to hold, stories to tell. They may never move on from you, but you can carry them with you as you move forward. They're not gone. They're just waiting. And when it's your time, you'll see them again. Until then, live fully, honestly, bravely, because love never dies. It just changes form. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If this story resonated with you, if it gave you even one moment of clarity or comfort, please click the like button. And if you'd like to hear more reflections like this from someone who's been there, click subscribe.